Please welcome with me to the stage a woman whose personal motto is, "Don't tread on me," Ms. Nicki Dardinger.
Great. So thank you all so much. It is such a pleasure to be back on the Ignite Charlotte stage. I had such a great time last year sharing my passion for vultures, and tonight I'm here to talk about another underdog of the animal world, the snakes. So my goal tonight is to, of course, share my passion for snakes. We're going to talk a little bit about Snake 101, talk about some awesome adaptations, and while I realize that I might not inspire you to love them as much as I do, I hope that I can at least convince you to not kill them when you see them in your yard. I would consider that a success. So just some basic facts. Snakes are members of the reptile family. They share this with the alligators and crocodiles, turtles, lizards, a lizard-like critter called the tuatara. Like all reptiles, snakes are covered with scales, and they are ectotherms, meaning that their body temperature is controlled by the environment. Now, snakes are distinguished, of course, because of their lack of limbs, but you should remember that some lizards also do not have any limbs. Snakes also do not have eyelids, and they lack external ears, which is pretty cool. Now, of course, the title of my talk is "There's No Such Thing as a Poisonous Snake," and this is a true statement, probably one of my biggest pet peeves. Poison refers to things that you have to ingest or absorb through your skin for them to be harmful to you. These are things like poison dart frogs, poison ivy, bleach. All of these things are poisonous. Snakes, on the other hand, are venomous. You can touch a snake, you can eat a snake, but they deliver their venom into your body as a way to kill their prey. So remember, snakes are venomous, not poisonous. They share this trait with several other animals like spiders and centipedes and shrews. All of them make a venom to help them kill their prey. Now, some important things to remember are that not all snakes are venomous, and people ask all the time, how can you tell them apart? We're really lucky here in this part of the world. It's very easy. Venomous snakes have big triangular-shaped heads, and our non-venomous snakes have kind of oval-shaped heads that are streamlined with their bodies. Here in Charlotte, our most common venomous snake that you would encounter are the copperheads. I happen to think they're beautiful, and like all wild animals, if you step on them or try to pick them up or scare them, they will do everything to defend themselves, including bite you. Now, interestingly, a scientist did a study a few years ago looking at all the people that had been bit by rattlesnakes, and what they found is that about half of them were accidental, but the other half were because people picked them up, and of those people, about 30% of them had very high blood alcohol contents. So I tell people that if you stay sober and are smart, you can probably avoid getting bit by a snake. Here in Charlotte, you're much more likely to encounter one of our non-venomous snakes, like black rat snakes or garter snakes, that use other methods to kill their prey. So speaking of food, most people know that snakes can kill really big things, and they usually then say to me, "Nicki, of course, they can unhinge their jaws. That's how they do it." And I say, no, they don't. It's totally impossible for a snake to unhinge their jaws, but they do have specially designed mouths. Their upper jaw is very loosely articulated to their skull, and their lower jaw has cartilage instead of bone that allows them to open their mouth really wide, which is a good trait to have if you're an animal that can't tear your big food into small pieces. Snakes have some really other cool adaptations that enable them to be the good predators that they are. Many of them have evolved to be able to sense the body heat of other animals, and they have these heat-sensing pits on the front of their face that allow them to scan their environment in search of their next meal. Despite not having limbs, snakes are incredibly good at getting themselves around. Some snakes, like the desert sidewinder, have evolved to move very quickly across hot desert sands, while others, like black rat snakes, can climb up vertical surfaces like trees. Many people know that snakes have incredible senses of smell. They have nostrils just like we do to smell, but they also use their forked tongues to pick up tiny scent particles from the air, again, enabling them to figure out exactly where their food is and where they need to go to get it. So why are snakes important? Well, as a snake biologist, I happen to think that snakes are cool just because they are, but they do serve an important role in our ecosystem. They're important predators, keeping populations of prey animals like mice and rats under control. They also serve as prey for larger animals like raptors and coyote and fox. But again, I believe that snakes are important just because they exist. They've been on this earth for millions of years. They've evolved to be highly efficient predators, very good at what they do. Plus, they're just cool. This is a picture of a timber rattlesnake female, and if you look really closely, you can see that she's protecting her babies underneath her, which is something pretty unique in the reptile world. So as you leave today, I hope that you are inspired to think that snakes are cool and awesome and fun, and that maybe you won't kill them in your yard, and when your friend says to you, hey, I think I saw a poisonous snake, you'll be the one to say, no, no, snakes are venomous. So thank you all so much, and enjoy the rest of the talks tonight. Woo.